It's 8:30. Good morning. I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. The search continues for two men who held up a Wallsend service station early today. The pair entered the BP outlet on Newcastle Road at about 4:15 armed with baseball bats and threatened the console operator while demanding cash. They escaped with a small amount of money and cigarettes. The console operator wasn't harmed during the incident. Anyone who witnessed the robbery is urged to contact Crime Stoppers. It's believed a fire which destroyed a home at Muswellbrook last night was deliberately lit. Emergency services arrived at the unoccupied single-storey brick and tile home in Wybong Way at 9:30 to find flames through the roof. Fire crews from Muswellbrook and Aberdeen, as well as the RFS, took about 90 minutes to douse the flames. No one was injured. Researchers at the University of Newcastle receive a $590,000 grant to study affordable housing models overseas over the next 2 years. The team will examine the benefits of cooperative housing, which sees each resident in a block of flats become a member of the housing co-op, which owns the block. Business school lecturer Sidsel Grimstad says in Scandinavian countries they contribute up to 25% of the housing market.
The project involves looking into existing housing co-ops in Australia and see how they run, what they see are the benefits and so on. And then we will also look into potential financing models as well. I think in Australia, housing co-op sounds like a very marginal housing model. In other countries, it's a very mainstream housing model.
A man has suffered a serious leg injury after his car overturned at Adamstown Heights early this morning. Police and ambulance crews were called to Brunker Road at about 12:45, with the man treated and stabilised before being taken to the John Hunter Hospital. Crash investigators are looking into the circumstances leading up to the crash. It's hoped a major commitment from Newcastle City Council will provide a long-term solution to flooding in the Wallsend CBD. Council is committed $20 million to raise and rebuild the Boscawen and Nelson Street bridges and upgrade the culvert underneath the Cowper Street Bridge to improve water flow during major rain events. Planning will get underway next financial year. It follows the completion of the $3 million Tyrrell Street Bridge project. Hunter residents can return to the pub today as restrictions on hotels ease across the state. A limit of 50 people will be in place and some limitations on movement within the venue will be enforced once seated. Nikki Taylor from the Australian Hotels Association says hoteliers are looking forward to welcoming their patrons back.
The well-being of our patrons and staff will certainly be front of mind as we reopen. We also welcome the opportunity now to recommence meaningful employment for some of the 75,000 staff that pubs employ across the state. I know a lot of our hoteliers, they can't wait to welcome them back and start recreating that atmosphere that pubs are so well known for.
2NURFM Sport.
Coach Adam O'Brien is proud of the Newcastle Knights rookies for stepping up to the plate during a gutsy round 3 performance against the Penrith Panthers yesterday. Chris Randall made his debut after stepping in for an injured Mitchell Pearce, as well as Brodie Jones, who replaced Lachlan Fitzgibbon. The squad was down 14-0 midway through the first half, but managed to end the game undefeated after drawing with their opposition in Golden Point. O'Brien says the team showed a courageous effort right from the get-go.
Really proud of them. There's some kids, 3 kids out there making their debut, and Bradman in his 3rd game. And the adversity wasn't late in the second half. It was from 5 minutes in. So super proud of them. They've worked really hard in the pre-season. Yeah, they've done a good job tonight.
Meanwhile, Knights captain Mitchell Pearce and hooker Connor Watson believe they should be right to go for next week's match against the Canberra Raiders. Pearce suffered a concussion 4 minutes into the match, with Watson sidelined 5 minutes later with an ankle injury. New signing Andrew McCulloch is on standby as a replacement. And Woodbury Greyhound trainer Stephen Bell believes Diamond Divine can be a Wentworth winner after returning from injury and winning at the Gardens on Saturday night. And the winning numbers in Weekend Lotto are 19, 3, 25, 22, 44 and 15, and the supplementaries are 42 and 1. 2NURFM News Time, 25 to 9.